And we're back for game number 2. De Guzman will lead things off for the Loggers. To start the back end of our doubleheader, tried to get you a better view during the intermission. The window is now open. We'll make it a little bit cooler up here in the press box for Morgan, myself, and Hollis, but that's okay. We can deal with it. First pitch, a ball, 1-0. And, ooh, that one almost got up and over the backstop. Not something you see very often. Let's take a look at the lineups here in game number 2. For Puget Sound, De Guzman, Uyama, Newman, Webster, Sullivan, Smith, Kerr, Kessler, and Wong. For the Wildcats defensively, just a few changes as swung on and missed there by the right fielder. Dwyer is at third, Brown at short, Carpenter at second. Bannon moves from designated player to first, left to right across the outfield. For the Wildcats, Cruz, Thiessen, Moyle. Behind the plate is Seaton. And a check swing off the bag at third. That'll be fair. De Guzman rounding first. And she will take nothing but a long single as tracking it down was Cruz and getting there quickly to prevent anything else. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Hailey Uyama. And again, I'd like to apologize to Hailey for getting her name wrong for the first 4.5 innings of game 1. I have to be better, and I will be. Leadoff hitter aboard. The single off the bag at third. Squares to bunt, does not get it down. The throw, the tag, got her. De Guzman out caught stealing, and the count is 0-1 on Uyama. And Tyler Unsicker back in the press box now. He's bundled up. The hoods come up over the hat. That wind picked up in between game 1 and 2. A bouncer to short. That one eats up Sydney Brown. And Uyama is on. Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Michaela Newman. Well, Newman will stand in. Left-handed left fielder, at least in the box. No sweatshirts for the Wildcats outfielders. But if you were going to break it out, now would be the time to do it. A snap throw down to first from Seaton, diving back safely. That is one throw I don't think baseball catchers do enough of at the major league level or at any level, really. It was actually a throw that as a baseball catcher in, high school and those levels, we were told not to make that throw, especially behind left-handed hitters, as that one's fouled away 1-1. But Seaton obviously with some confidence, and she really did put that one on a dime to first. Bannon with the good glove down there, too. Not much is going to get past her. In baseball, we let the pitchers pick off. That one's over the outside corner, a strike 1-2, even though sometimes we shouldn't because they just like to throw over and over and over. And then maybe one more time. And then maybe again if they're not getting booed. Tim Wakefield used to be the worst about it with the Boston Red Sox, the knuckleballers. That one's outside 2-2. He had the now outlawed step to third, look to first. Can't do that anymore. They actually took it out a year or two after he retired, and part of me thinks they left it in for him because that's about the only way he was going to get anybody out if they were on the bases. Just had to keep him honest. The 2-2. Off the hands to short. Brown flips to second for one. On to first. They're going to say they got her. And that will be 3 outs in the inning. Nobody stranded on the one hit. The Wildcats roll it up 6-4-3. We'll be back bottom of the first after this. Bottom of the first, Thiessen will lead things off for Central. And it's Matty Garcia in the circle for the Loggers. First pitch swinging off the hands. Uyama diving, and she's got it. The shortstop with a slick play for out number 1L6 up the middle if you're scoring at home. Now batting the second baseman, number 25, Harley Carpenter. I don't think anybody is scoring at home because we're not playing Montana State Billings. And that's where Evan O'Kelly would be. He would be standing at home. He might be watching. Who knows? He does that sometimes. One 1-0 pitch now as that one is outside. Oh boy, what a day. It's been a day. 1-0 call to strike, 1-1.
What do we expect? We haven't played a game in 11 months.
Baseball managed to hang on. I say that with a question mark. They did in game one. 4-3. Brady Hirai had a no-hitter going for a good portion of that game. Count now 2-1 on Carpenter. And here, of course, the Wildcats' consistent offense. I talked a little bit to Coach Mitchell in between games, and she said, hopefully we can swing the bats a little bit better. 11 hits, 13 runs, not too bad. That one's just outside. Count 3 balls, 1 strike. A 3-1. Swing and a miss. Carpenter with a good hack on that one. Bel Air bus. I think the driver's got the right idea. I think I hear the bus going out there. He must be sitting inside in some heat. That's a good idea. Got a good view out there, too. A 3-2. Just outside, Carpenter draws the one-out walk. And now Moyle. Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Teresa Moyle. Moyle in game one. 1 for 3, a run scored, 3 ribbies. Had a sac fly as well. Central stranded just 4 base runners, and this is flared to left in between the left and center fielders, and it just dies. I wish I could do that on the golf course. That's going to be a single for Moyle. First pitch swinging. Carpenter moves up to second. And now Zur. Now batting the designated player, number 19, Matty Zur. And now Zur. 2 for 3 in game one, a pair of RBIs, drew a walk. A little bit of chin music, that one up and in. Moyle got herself a dying quail to left center. Carpenter drew the walk. She's at second, still 1 out. That one on the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1 out on the inning, a very nice play by Haile Uioma, their shortstop for the Loggers. Just a soft liner back up the middle, and she was able to snag it on the dive. Here's the 1-1. Lined through the 5-6 hole. They're going to wave around Carpenter. The throw to the plate is in time, and she's going to be in there. Kessler's tag didn't get down, and the Wildcats will have a 1-0 lead. Now batting the catcher, number 4, Maya Seaton. And this will bring up Seaton. Looked like Kessler's tag was just a little too slow. Paul Kiefer with a much better view than I. First pitch to Seaton is popped up. Will it stay in play? It will. And it's going to be dropped by Smith at first.
They're not real things.
And going to second, Zur, third Moyle. Two-one count on Seaton. Ball 3. foul down the third base line. Three-two pitch. In the air and deep to center, going back. That's going to be off the wall. One run is going to come around a score. The throw goes into second as Zur crosses the plate. It's a two-run double for Seton. And it's 3-0 Wildcats. Now batting, the shortstop, number 23, Sydney Brown. Sydney Brown in the last game, 0 for 3 with an RBI. Or the collar in game one, looks to get her first hit of the season here. First pitch, a ball. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 from Garcia. That one misses inside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a ball as well. 3 balls and no strikes with 1 away. Have to see if Brown is going to be taking all the way here. That would load the bases for Lacey Bannon. The 3-0. Swinging and fouled away, make it 3-1. So not sitting dead red. Got the pitch she wanted, but was just out ahead of it. That one catches the inside corner. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Seton on second. The 3-2. Garcia winds. Off the hands down the right field line, and that'll be caught for out number 2 in foul territory. Moving to third is Seton on the play. Now batting, the first baseman, number 15, Lacey Bannon. Bannon in game 1, 1 for 2, a run scored. First pitch up high, ball 1. Garcia checks the wristband. Here's the 1-0. That'll be on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. 25 pitches on the inning so far for Garcia, 13 of them strikes. Hovering right around 50%. Now the 1-1. That one misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the 2-1. Got a sweatshirt out in left and center field for the Loggers. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three one to Bannon. Ball 4. Runners on the corners now for Dwyer. Now batting, the third baseman, number 3, Grace Dwyer. Here's the first pitch to Dwyer. That one's going to be inside, I take it. Ball 1. That one's going to be fouled back in, out of play. 1-1 the count. 30 pitches for Garcia, 14 of them strikes right now, so just a little bit below 50% on the ball to strike ratio. Not quite where you want to be. Low 1-1. High and outside, 2 balls and a strike. I can tell you the atmosphere at games this year much, much different without any spectators in person. Or dogs. Yeah, no dogs for me to talk about either. Very disappointing to that end. Here's the 2-1. Called the strike on the inside corner. Count goes to 2-2. Loggers 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. High and deep and foul. Count will stay at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2s across the scoreboard. After being out ahead of that one, I have to wonder if she doubles up on the off speed, throws something outside, or comes back with a little more velocity. Here's the 2-2. Off speed, popped up, foul behind home plate, and that's going to be right up against the fence. A tough play for Kessler. Count's going to stay 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Fouled away. Reset, try again. Already a 7-pitch at-bat for Dwyer. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. The 2-2. Foul again. Reset, try it a 9th time. Garcia's got to be a little bit frustrated now. That's 4 foul balls in a row from Dwyer. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Garcia wins the battle. And that's out 3 as far as I know. All right. Puget Sound's going off as well. Top of the second coming up. It's 3-0 Central when we return. Top of the second, Webster standing in. That one skips in. Played nicely by Seaton. Over the break, we were, discussing my propensity to block things. Anything that gets thrown, bounced, directed towards me, I'll probably try to block it. Anyway, here's the 1-0. Down in the dirt, 2-0. Just ingrained. It's the first thing I want to do. Forget catching it, we'll block it. If it's below the knees, I'm dropping. The 2-0 on the ground, third. Give me that, says Dwyer. Over to first for the inning's first out, and that'll bring up Sullivan. Now batting, the second baseman, number 9, Kelsey Sullivan. Sullivan playing second base after pitching in game 1. Believe she started at second as well. That one is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. In the air, center field, drifting is Thiessen, and she will run it down for the inning's second out. Into the right center gap, and Thiessen able to track it down, and with 2 away, here's Smith. Now batting, the first baseman, number 24, Savannah Smith. First offering to Smith. It's a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. It missed. 2 balls, no strikes. 18 pitches thus far, 9 of them strikes for Lexi Strasser. Noelle Kerr is on deck, and should the inning extend, she'll get a chance here in the top of the second. Oh, the Wildcats would like to keep her in the on-deck circle. Off-speed pitch over for a strike, 2-1. Two-one offering. Misses down. 3 balls and a strike. Strasser at 50% strikes. Strasser with a new glove this year. The red webbing. The 3-1 out into center. Thiessen coming on. She'll make the grab for out number 3. The Loggers go down in order. Wildcats lead it 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning, Allie Cruz leading off for the Wildcats. Almost said Red Sox. Kind of a difference there. It means I've been playing too much MLB The Show. That's what that means. And spring training is right around the corner. That one's up and in. Here's the 1-0 now to Cruz. That's off the corner. A good frame job by Kessler, though. Kept that one within her body, which is, as a catcher, if you can keep your mitt inside your body and just shift your weight to the left or to the right, depending on where that pitch comes in, a little bit higher chance that you might get the umpire to call it a strike. 3-0 as that one's upstairs. Three balls, no strikes. The 3-0 to Cruz. That'll miss outside, ball 4. Leadoff hitter aboard. Top of the order for Thiessen. Now batting, the center fielder, number 20, Allie Thiessen. Garcia checks the wristband, winds, and delivers. Squaring around, doesn't go. Kessler's throw. Just a bit off target, and Cruz has the swipe bag. Count 1-0 on Cruz, or excuse me, on Thiessen. Cruz at second after the stolen base. This is fisted into left center and down. Mitchell is going to hold Cruz at third, and Thiessen into second. And there are runners in scoring position now. Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Harley Carpenter. Ducks on the pond for Carpenter and nobody out. The 0 offering. Swung on, skied, foul, out of play on top of the dugout. And almost came down right on top of Izzy Womack over there. Not a lot of room to hide over there either. There's no overhang on the outside of the dugout. At least the ball didn't stay up there. A couple years ago, Paige Leakla had to climb on top of the dugout to retrieve a ball. That one's in the dirt. It squirts through 5 holes. Sliding in is Cruz. And it's 3-0 Wildcats. 4-0, excuse me. Pass ball charged to Kessler. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. 4-0, nobody out. Carpenter takes that one over the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Carpenter right at the front of the box. Not a lot of space between her foot and the line. And we did see a player called out for stepping out of the box in game 1. 1-2, hit a pole, win a prize. That one hits the top of the backstop right off that lefternmost pole. As somebody clanks around in the bleachers. Retrieve that one. Here's the 1-2 to Carpenter. Skips in, blocked by Kessler. Got the chest protector to that one, kept it in front, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thiessen over at third does have some speed. She showed that off by extending that single and advancing on the throw to second. Two twos outside. Count runs full, 3-2. Full count. This will be pitch number 50 on the afternoon for Garcia. On the ground and foul. Past Tracy Tani in the first base coach's box. I don't think it was cold enough for Al to break out her down pants. Last year, the girls coaxed her into wearing that for a game. She was very warm. I think today it's just the regular sweatpants. Here's the 3-2. That'll stay upstairs. Ball 4, and runners on the corners. Now batting, the right fielder, number 13, Teresa Moyle. Tell you what, though, being down on the field in between games, it is chilly down there, especially with the wind cutting across. It picked up after game 1. Seems to have settled down a bit now, though. Runner going, hesitating throw, now back to the plate, and they will check down at third. Everybody is going to be safe. Carpenter steals second. Thiessen holds it third. Now with nobody out, there are 2 in scoring position for one of the most dangerous hitters in the Wildcat lineup. Moyle started her career behind home plate, moved to the outfield full-time this year. The 0-1. On the ground, diving, knocks it down. Throw to the plate is going to keep Carpenter at third. Thiessen does score. It's 5-0 Wildcats. Now batting, the designated player, number 19, Maddie Zerr. Five runs on 5 hits for the Wildcats. No errors defensively for the Loggers. Runners on the corner. First pitch, a called strike, 0-1 to the Wildcats' designated player. She was over at first base in game 1. Swapped out with Bannon for game 2. Every inning the Wildcats have scored this season, they've put up a crooked number. Check swing from Zerr. Moyle is going to take second on the stolen base. They are going to check. No, says the first base umpire. Well, the count 1-1 on Zerr. And again, that's a very tough call for the field umpire to make, especially from that position. Down the lines, opposite hand, it's a little bit easier. That one inside, Zerr dances out of the way. Zerr not wearing a face mask on her helmet, one of the few Wildcats to not wear the face mask. Yeah, we're not talking, COVID face masks here. We're talking the metal grate that comes across the helmet. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. The bases are loaded now for Seton, who doubled off the wall last time. Now batting, the catcher, number 4, Maya Seton. And everybody's going to have a get-together as Maddie Zerr. Yeah, we got that on camera. We'll clip that out for her. Yeah, Tyler, that's a good one. That'll be in the wellies for sure. Tracy Tani not making her way from the first base coach's box. She's got some pretty heavy-duty gloves on over there. That wind is picking back up. I spoke too soon. Loggers bullpen is quiet. Five nothing. Nobody out, and the base is loaded for Seton. That one's inside 1-0. That first pitch strike, very important. And through 1.5 innings thus far, neither pitcher has done a great job of getting them. That one's on the inside corner, 1-1. 60 pitches, 29 of them strikes for Garcia. The 1-1. Bends over the inside corner, 1-2. Seton didn't like it a whole lot. The 1-2. That one's foul. It's going a long way, but it's foul. Nothing but a long strike. That's one of those the pitcher is going to give a big exhale on. As Seton jumps the gun, so again, the 1-2. High and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The bases are loaded. 3-2, nowhere to put her. The payoff pitch, Garcia winds, and that one is going to be upstairs. Ball 4. A run will come across. And looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back after this. Bottom of the second, Noel Kerr moves from third to first. And Jessica Moore will enter the ball game, play third base, but will not be hitting. Softball with that fun flex rule. First pitch from Kerr inside a ball, 1-0 to the shortstop, Sidney Brown. Wildcats have pushed across 3 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Brown checks her swing. That's a strike, 1-1. I think that one was going to be a strike either way. The 1-1. In the dirt, kept in front by Kessler. 2 balls and a strike. Bit of a tough ask of Noel Kerr here to come in with the bases loaded, nobody out, to come in from third base, throw 8 warm-up pitches, and say, all right, ball game's yours. That one's in the dirt, 3-1. As the sun starts to dip down lower here, gets a little bit chillier in Ellensburg. Going to make the fingers that much colder, going to be tougher to grip the ball for pitchers. The 3-1, oh, look out. Moyle jumps over it. And the count is full 3-2. Every time a ball almost hits a runner, I'm brought back to Tyler Colvin, a Chicago Cubs outfielder whose baseball career ended because he might have just not been great. But as Brown hits this one into right center field, it's going to get down. It takes an awkward hop, and 2 are going to come across. It's 8-0 Wildcats. Seaton up to second. Zur and Moyle come across to score. The first baseman, number 15, Lacey Bannon. But anyway, Tyler Colvin took a shattered bat to the chest down the third baseline. Yeah, it was broken bat, ball was in play. He took off running, and that one stuck him. That one's on the inside corner, 0-1. When I worked in the minors, I saw Gabe Kapler dodge a few bats that slipped out of hands, including one that ended up so far down the left field line, I didn't know whether to go get it as the bat boy. The left fielder ended up getting it and handing it to Kapler, who handed it to the hitter, Aaron Reza. As that one misses, it's a ball, 1-1. We've reached that point of the broadcast. Telling stories. Don't have quite as many stories as Vin Scully, but hopefully it'll keep you entertained. The 1-1 now to Bannon. That's going to be it should be a foul ball. It's either a foul ball or a hit by pitch. That did not hit Kessler's glove. And it was Kessler who brought it to the attention of the home plate umpire. They'll go with foul ball. It's a 1-2 count. One ball, 2 strikes. those new bats, they don't quite make the same sound anymore off the knob. And you're not going to get that nice clunk like you would with a wood bat. Kessler with a beautiful desperation stop. The runners will advance, however. That is a good piece of footwork from Kessler to keep that ball in front. That's a hard pitch to get to. And she did a phenomenal job. That one bounced off the dirt going towards the third base side. Here's the 2-2. In the dirt again. Kessler blocks it again. I think after this one, the Loggers may owe their catcher dinner for her work back behind the plate. Minus the one pass ball, she's done a very, very nice job for the Loggers here in the first 2 innings, and she's been tested. The 3-2. On a line, will it be fair? Will it be foul? It's foul. Yeah, at some point down that line, I lose eyesight. Three balls and 2 strikes on Bannon. Still nobody out in this inning, and the Wildcats have pushed across 5. It's 8-0. 6 hits for Central, just 1 for UPS. Ball 4. Bases are loaded again, and Dwyer will stand in. Now batting, the third baseman, number 3, Grace Dwyer. I see Kaya Gibson watching the stream, or at least was a little bit earlier. Kaya, I believe, played for Allison Mitchell before she went on to UW. Gibson recently had a grand slam for the Huskies, as that is ripped foul into the bullpen, almost into the netting. As has been pointed out in the chat, it is starting to get a little bit dark here. The sun going down, getting a little bit cooler. What was kind of a nice 50 degrees to start the day, it is no longer a nice 50. The 1-1. Outside corner called a strike. 1-2 the count on Dwyer. See, I like having the live chat up during the game. I can follow along, give some shout-outs. It's nice. That one's off the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kirsten's coming on. 17 pitches, 8 of them strikes. It has been a long inning for the Loggers defensively. Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike offering. Inside, Kessler keeps it close by. Full count. Nowhere to put Dwyer. But you can't just leave one out over the middle of the plate either. Bases loaded. The 3-2 offering. Rocks and delivers. On the ground and foul. We'll reset. We'll try it again. Poor Jacob Thompson going back out there and shooting more photos. Really a great story. A few years ago, Thompson, as a freshman, came out to a women's soccer game, took some photos, and ended up sending them to Tyler Unsicker as Dwyer swings. This one is into right center field, and it's going to get down. One run is going to score, and that's all Central's going to get as it's 9-0. The ball gets in quickly from right field. Another dying quail for the Wildcats. And it's 9-0. Now batting, the left fielder, number 18, Allie Cruz. And as the infield meets on the mound, Thompson came out to a soccer game, took some photos, sent them to Tyler. And Tyler forwarded them to me. And then at that point, as soon as I saw him, I just said, we got to hire that kid. I don't even know who he is, but let's get him. And since that day, Thompson has been the official photographer of Wildcat Sports, usurping my role. And he has been absolutely phenomenal for us out here in the cold, bundled up and still taking photos. Central is pushed across 6 in this inning. Oh, that one's upstairs. Kessler goes up and gets it with the glove, 1-0. Cruz is the 9th hitter of the inning. It'll be back to Thiessen after this. That one's going to be outside. Just a reminder, we'll be back next week with a pair of doubleheaders on Saturday and Sunday out here at Gary and Bobby Frederick Field. The 2-0's over for a strike, 2-1. At this point, I have to think that the Wildcats are going to be very patient at the plate. There's no point swinging at the first or second pitch of the at-bat when the opposing pitchers have struggled to find the strike zone. Some action now in the Loggers bullpen as it's 3-1, and Kerr not happy with that one, but Kessler did a good job framing it, making it look a little bit better than it was, I think. Lexi Strasser has actually gotten up in the Wildcats bullpen to keep her arm loose. The 3-1. In the dirt, it gets by Kessler. It's ball 4 anyway. Everybody advances. One base. And that makes it 10-0 Wildcats. Now batting, the center fielder, number 20, Allie Thiessen. We're back to the top of the order. Thiessen singled and scored her first time up this inning. That one's called a ball. And now it's a little bit of visible frustration with the Loggers battery. I think they feel they might be getting squeezed a little bit here. In the dirt, Kessler blocks it. Got to get around the home plate umpire. So after she runs the obstacle course, she's able to keep the ball close enough that nobody advances. It's 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Thiessen through the right side. One run is going to score. They're going to wave around the second. And there's going to be runners on the corners as Cruz goes to third. Dwyer and Bannon score. 2 RBI on the play. It's 12-0 Wildcats. Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Harley Carpenter. Nine runs across in the second inning. Central with 8 hits on the afternoon. Carpenter will call time and step out. The 0-0 pitch. Upstairs 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Lined over the head of the second baseman. That's going to get down. 1 run's going to score. Mitchell will wave around the second run. It's a 2-run double for Harley Carpenter. And it's 14-0. Now batting, the right fielder, number 13, Teresa Moyle. The Wildcats have scored 27 runs in 2 games without the help of a home run. There have been extra base hits aplenty, as that one's popped over for a strike 0-1. But still no long balls today. On the scoreboard in Stadium, the runs have flipped back over. They've now scored 11 runs in the second inning. I can imagine if Kerr is able to get out of this inning, she'll probably go back to the bullpen to get loose again, as that one's over for a strike. It's a tough ask, as I said earlier, having a player come from the infield and go straight to the circle. The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. That one skipped just behind the plate. Kessler kept it close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out. That's probably the most impressive part of this inning, is that there are still 0 outs. The 2-2. High and deep to left center field. It is going to get down on the warning track. Carpenter is going to score. Moyle is going to go in standing up to third with a triple. And we are going to have a pitching change, so we'll take a timeout. We'll be right back after this. Oh, we are still in the bottom of the second. Benthagen pinch hitting. And first pitch called a strike, 0-1. As Kendall Gantz comes on to pitch. On the ground, left side. That'll bring home Moyle. Benthagen retired at first. That is the inning's first out. Now batting the catcher, number 4, Maya Seaton. 16-0. First pitch to Seaton is a strike. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball to center. That will be at number 2. Gantz comes on, 4 pitches, 2 outs, all of them strikes. Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Sidney Brown. And here's Brown. Line through the hole on the left side. And Sid Brown's got herself a 2-out single. Now batting the first baseman, number 15, Lacey Bannon. That one flutters outside, 1-0. Bannon walked and scored in her first at-bat of the inning. 2-0 as that one slides in. Three and 0. Three balls and no strikes. 3-0 swinging down the right field line. Fair foul. It'll be fair. It will be hauled in as well by de Guzman. And that will finally end the inning. 13 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and they leave one stranded. It's 16-0. We'll be back after this. We are in the top of the third inning. It's 16-0 Central Washington leading after scoring 13 runs in the bottom half of the second inning. Thompson officially calling it a day here. That one's a called strike, 0-1. Strasser back out. Now she's battling the sun. Actually, the right side of the infield is going to be battling the sun. Makes it tough. Oh, that one hits Gantz. And Kessler will stand in. Now batting the catcher, number 22, Emma Kessler. That one sounded like it got Gantz on the back foot. And in this weather, that hurts. The 0-0 called a strike, 0-1. Kessler's been active behind the plate for the Loggers. Oh, and 1. 1-1. That one misses inside. And that sun can be a real problem here late in the game. Anything to right field, you might lose it up there. One is low, 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, there are no lights here at Frederick Field. So we play until the umpires say they can't see anymore. Two balls and a strike. Make it 3-1. Strasser just under 50% strikes here in game number 2. Although she did have to sit nearly an hour in that second inning. And that begs the question, how many extra pitches did she throw in the bullpen? This one is weakly back up the middle. Brown will step on second. The throw to first. I don't think it was going to be in time anyway. Kessler reaches on the fielder's choice. And now Wong will stand in. Now batting the designated player, number 1, Abby Wong. One down and a runner on first. Strasser winds and delivers. In the air down the right field line and fair. Moyle blocks it. The throw into second and safe. Brown couldn't corral the throw. We're going to call that a single. As the official scorer, we'll give her the single. And now de Guzman will stand in. Now batting the right fielder, number 7, Hannah de Guzman. Moyle slid down on one knee, knocked it down. Looks like it caught her under the neck. Yeah, that's not a great spot to take a ball off of. That one's got to sting a little, but her throw was on line. But it's a tough play out there. That one's going to get away from Seaton. Throw to third, almost got away as well. Kessler will advance on the pass ball, as will Wong. And the count 1-0. Ducks on the pond. If you're Central Washington in this situation, you're going to first. Get the out at first. On the ground, stabbed by Brown. The throw to first. They do get her. Everybody advances. And it's 16-1. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Haile Uioma. Haile Uioma stands in. 2 away. Loggers got their first run there. 16-1 now. Uioma swinging at the first pitch, 0-1. Uioma made a nice play in had to be the first inning. We're only in the third. So, yeah, it was the first inning. A nice diving play to rob a single and a line drive back up the middle. This is on the ground. Strasser fields, flips to first. Toss was almost too far inside the line, but they are able to retire Uioma for the inning's final out. Loggers get one-on-one hit. They leave one stranded. It's 16-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. We'll be right back after this. Dwyer leads things off here in the bottom half of the third inning. 16-1, the Wildcats lead. Loggers push one across in the top half of the third. Gantz back out in the circle. 9 pitches, 6 strikes, make it 7 of 10 now as that one's fouled off. Sunlight really starting to diminish here as that one misses outside. One ball, one strike to Dwyer. Lined foul. That was coming off the bat hot there. Third base umpire had to dance out of the way of it. I will say I've not been hit as a field umpire yet. There was a time, I think it was Lexi Strasser's freshman year, that there was a foul ball hit down the first baseline, and I lost track of it because the sun was in my eyes during a scrimmage. And instead of trying to look, I just kind of crumpled to the ground. And somewhere there's footage of it. I'm glad we haven't found it yet. It was not my best moment. Here's the 2-2 to Dwyer. Outside 3-2. Got hit a few times as the home plate umpire. Nothing too bad there, just foul tips or the odd pitch that just doesn't get caught. Only one of those. Not here, that was at baseball. And here's the 3-2 offering to Dwyer. This is fisted right on top of the line. It's going to be something. I think it's a foul ball. That's what we're gonna call it. Sure. Foul ball. Count remains at 3-2. Three-two, ball four anyway. Ball doesn't lie, so Dwyer's aboard. And Sidney Williams is going to pinch hit. Pinch hitting for the Wildcats, number 22, Sidney Williams. That one is upstairs to start the at-bat. 1-0 to Williams. That one's in for a strike. 1-1. Got to get through 5 to make it count. Here's the 1-1. Williams squares, deadens it. That ball is foul in the right-handed batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Unsinker estimating 35 to 40 minutes left of playable daylight. Here's the 1-2. Line, that's going to be caught. The throw to first. Back in time. And now Keegan Wise will pinch hit. Pinch hitting for the Wildcats, number 1, Keegan Wise. Going to be quite a few changes to put into the scorebook when we come back defensively for Central as Wise pinch hits here. She pinch ran in the first game. Keegan, outfielder for the Wildcats. I'm guessing she will probably remain in the game defensively, as will Sidney Williams. 1-1 is fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-0 was fouled off, not the 1-1. Ahead of myself. The dugout, the netting, the poles, everything casting shadows now across the softball field. That one's on the corner off speed for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2. In the air to center. It is going to be tracked down and caught for out number 2. Wise put a good swing on it. And we'll have another pinch hitter here. This will be McKenna King. Pinch hitting number 6, McKenna King. First pitch to King, a called strike, 0-1. That one's a strike as well. Oh, and 2 count to King. That one's outside, 1-2. Allison Mitchell probably going to empty out her bench. That one misses, and King double, maybe triple clutched on that pitch. Still remember back to, I want to say 2003, 2004, Manny Ramirez playing for the Boston Red Sox at Cleveland. Double clutched on a curveball and hit it out. King drives this one to left center field. Moving over and tracking it down is Webster for out number 3. And the Wildcats, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave one stranded. 16-1 as we head to the top of the 4th. Top half of the 4th inning. Sidney Williams stays out and left. Keegan Wise moves to right. Teresa Moyle has moved to center. And Harley Carpenter has re-entered at second base. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. We've reached the point now where my hands are cold. Oh, man. The guy keeping charts for Central, those hands are red. Swinging strike, it's 1-1. Baseball trailing 13-4. Somewhere around the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th. You just barely see the scoreboard from the press box at softball if you lean right. This is on the ground, a second. Carpenter not going to field it. It's through for a single. Now batting the center fielder, number 18, Caitlin Webster. Battling both the sun, a bounding ball, and moving to her backhand. We'll go ahead and give Carpenter the benefit of the doubt. And that ball's foul, ripped down the third base line. Might start that this year. Might start explaining the hits and errors that I give out. Only on some of them. Some of them might be obvious. Oh, and 1. That one gets past Seaton. And up to second goes Newman. A wild pitch charge to Strasser. 1-1 the count. One a call, strike 1 and 2. Scoring-wise, I'm probably hardest on the catchers. Anything between the legs is going to be a pass ball with me. The 1-2. Dead third. Snared. The throwback to second to check. She's in. That's out number 1, and Sullivan stands in. Now batting the second baseman, number 9, Kelsey Sullivan. First pitch is up and away. Ball 1. Strasser, 41 pitches. She's kept that pitch count down. Only allowed 1 run on 3 hits. The 1-0. On the ground, left side, past a diving Sydney Brown. They're going to hold the runner at third, and it's runners on the corners with 1 down. Good piece of hitting there from Sullivan. And this will bring up Savannah Smith. Now batting, the first baseman, number 24, Savannah Smith. And for those of you listening at home and wondering why you can hear the PA over the play-by-play, that's because I'm both. If you didn't tune in for game 1, that's why. Got both microphones over here, play-by-play and PA. And now the sun really, I can see, starting to affect the live stream. Unfortunately, not a whole lot I can do. The count is 0-1 as that one's in from Strasser. Now the 0-1. On the ground, back to the circle. Strasser to second for what? No, for nothing. They're not going to get it. Now batting the pitcher, number 14, Kendall Gantz. This is in the air to center. Moyle misjudged it. One run is going to score. Throw to the plate. Seaton can't pick it up. And that's an inside the park home run. No, it's not, excuse me. Runner on second. I could not tell the difference between the runner at second and the infielder. And Mitchell's going to have to go out here and calm the team down a little bit, I think. So with one out, the catcher will come up. Now batting the catcher, number 22, Emma Kessler. Want to know the count to Kessler. In the air to right. Wise moving back. She will haul that one in. And Gantz is not going to advance to third. Wise able to get that one in very quickly for out number 2. Now batting the designated player, number 1, Abby Wong. .47 pitches for Strasser, 28 of them strikes. And now any run that comes across will be unearned. That's called the strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Puget Sound, 4 runs on 5 hits, helped along by 2 Wildcat errors. This is back up the middle. Carpenter stabs it, the throw to first. Got her! That's out number 3, and we will head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 16-4. The Loggers score 3 runs on 3 hits, helped along by the 1 error. They leave 1 stranded. We'll be back after this. Bottom of the fourth inning, Jillian Hampson will lead things off for the Wildcats. Pinch hitting for Teresa Moyle. That first pitch in for a called strike. The 0-1. Popped up, foul territory. That's going to fall, just in front of the dugout entrance. Kessler tripped on the on-deck circle. Got to readjust the gear here, maybe retie a shoe. Oh, and 2 the count to Hampson. The 0-2. That's going to be foul. Whether it got out of play or not, I don't know. But it's still 0-2 here. Oh, 2 one more time, outside. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. No more shadows on the field. The sun's gone down far enough to eliminate all that. Hampson on a line into right and deep. This one is going to hit the fence. Rounding second. Mitchell going to waver to third. The throw. She's in there. I don't think she got the tag down. Now batting, the designated player, number 16, Alyssa Benthagen. And Kessler having a discussion with the home plate umpire. Allison Mitchell over in the third base coach's box was pretty emphatic as soon as that got there that she was in. First pitch to Benthagen, misses low, 1-0. The 1-0 into right center field and down. That's going to bring home Hampson. Benthagen rotting first, trucking to second. She will be in standing up with a double. 17-4. And Maya Seaton will come up. Now batting, the catcher, number 4, Maya Seaton. That one misses, or is called a strike, excuse me. 0-1. Seaton came to Central as an infielder. Ended up moving behind the plate part-time last year. Benthagen takes off for third. And she's in. At this point, I have to imagine it's both 1, advance, but 2, if we get out, that's okay. We're running out of daylight. On the ground and foul. Mitchell will step back in the third base coach's box, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Seaton. On the ground, back up the middle and through for a single. Make it 18-4. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. Pinch hitting for the Wildcats, number 5, Sasha Mitchell. Now Sasha Mitchell will stand in. Her first at-bat called a strike 0-1. Pinch hitting for Sydney Brown. And I have to imagine that she will remain in the game defensively. 0-1. Foul tip, strike 2. Now the 0-2. Outside 1-2. Man, that's dark. Now the 1-2. Foul backhand out of play by Mitchell. Players trying to stay warm. A 1-2. Check swing foul. Will stay 1-2. We are just 15 minutes away from when the Wildcats normally end their practice. The 1-2. Outside 2-2. Bannon on deck. Well, scheduled to be on deck. The Wildcats kind of emptying out their bench here. This is on the ground, a short. Over to first, they'll get one. Seaton does advance. And Taylor Kai will stand in. Pinch hitting for the Wildcats, number 7, Taylor Kai. And some good hand signals down there from the home plate umpire. We're able to get that lineup change made. First pitch to Taylor Kai, a strike. That hour second inning really cost us some daylight. Oh, 1 on the way. 0-2. That one floats in. No balls, 2 strikes. That's just outside 1-2. One, 2 is upstairs, 2-2. Kai thought about it but held off. Two balls, 2 strikes. On the ground and foul. Mitchell kicks a leg out at it but can't make contact. Tracy Tani over in the first base coach's box a few innings ago. I forgot to mention it. She added the big camo jacket down there. It was I think it was after the hour second inning when Tawny broke out the jacket. It has gotten quite chilly. Ooh, that's going to be fouled off the ankle. That's going to smart even if it doesn't hit you very hard in this type of weather. Oh, can't pull the mixer off the cooler. The 2-2 is out of play. 55 pitches for Gantz, 37 of them strikes. No lights here at Frederick Field. I don't know how much daylight we've got left, but it's not a lot. 2-2 on the ground. Oh, what a beautiful play. Oyoma managed to snag it, but Seton will advance. And now Dwyer will stand in. Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Grace Dwyer. At this point, gotta play quick. Rapido. Down the line, foul. That one almost took out Seton, who danced away from it on the third baseline. It looks like Strasser's day might be done. This is popped up on the infield. It'll be caught by Smith at first for out number 2. Now batting the left fielder, number 22, Sydney Williams. And Sydney Williams pinch hit, then stayed in the game for Allie Cruz an inning or two ago. Back to the circle. To first. Out number 3. We're going to go to the top of the 5th. The Wildcats score 2. It's 18-4 when we return. De Guzman will lead off here in the top of the 5th inning. Brown re-enters at shortstop. Bannon re-enters at first. Hampson's going to stay in the game in center. Central needs 3 to put this one away, and quite frankly, it's all we're going to have time for. There is no more sunlight. And without lights, we're not going any further. On the ground, short. That one's past Brown for a single to lead off the inning on the first pitch. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Haile Uyama. Uyama will stand in with nobody out. Third time's the charm. Tyler's hit his head on the heat lamp. First pitch, a called ball. Ashley Laver taking over for Strasser here in the 5th. So Jillian Hampson hit a triple, and her counterpart, Justin Hampson, for the baseball team. That's going to be through the right side, into right. Going to third. Runners on the corners. Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Michaela Newman. Well, we'll turn the lights on in the press box. It's not going to help the live stream really at all. There's not much we can do without any lights. And that one it's just outside for a ball, 1-0. Good news is in softball, the ball's yellow. That one's in and out of Seaton's glove. 2-0. Uyama moves up. (18-4). Nobody out here in the top of the 5th. 4 runs will keep it alive, I believe. This is popped up, fair territory. Bannon's got it for out number 1. Now batting the center fielder, number 18, Caitlin Webster. One down in the inning. The 0-0. Outside 1-0. The 1-0. Popped up. Will it stay in? It will not. That's going to come crashing down on the concrete. 1-1. One ball, one strike. Line foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third, the 1-2. It is going to be fair down the line. 1 run's going to come around a score. The second run is in. It's 18-6. A double down the left field line for Webster. And that'll bring up Sullivan. Now batting, the second baseman, number 9, Kelsey Sullivan. A 12-run lead. I did the math correctly. People are shaking their heads in agreement in the press box. Here's the 1-0. Outside 2-0. If I had to guess, I would say this is going to be the last half inning. Takes 4.5 to make it a complete game. Two and 0 to Sullivan. Called the strike, 2-1. Probably a good thing we did not have a 1 p.m. start time today. That extra 45 minutes paying off. It's 3-1. Three ball, 1 strike count to Sullivan. Webster on second. The 3-1. Popped up. Carpenter will make the grab for out number 2. Now batting, the first baseman, number 24, Savannah Smith. And here's Savannah Smith. Saw some action at first base and in the circle in game 1, over back at first for game 2. Upstairs 1-0. Scoreboard now a bright red. Probably the brightest thing in the area. That one's over for a strike, 1-1. Should the scoreline stay the way it is, the Wildcats will be 2-0 on the season. That one's a called strike, 1-2. Baseball has just called their game because of darkness.
Something we said about a yellow ball, for sure. Umpires, you couldn't see the ball lost into yourself. No pitches. I mean, you were just kind of waiting to get right there when I got close to it.
The 1-2, fisted away, foul. 19 pitches, 11 strikes on the inning. This will undoubtedly be the final frame. I can't see how they'd continue this one. The 1-2, got her! And that's gonna do it. It's gotta be it. That'll do it. 18-6, the final score here from Central Washington in game number 2. I want to thank you for tuning in. Again, we apologize for the issues that we were having earlier and hope to have those resolved by the next web stream this coming weekend. From all of us here at Central Washington University, I'm Caleb Dunlop. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.